What's up, guys? Specstar here today with a little bit of a different video. Now, I didn't have a video for today, so I just kind of thought of something that I thought would be a fun little something to put up so you guys had something to watch if you wanted to today. And I'm actually just going to tell a little bit of, two little mini stories from my childhood that I thought were funny, and I don't know what you guys are going to think, but I thought I'd just tell the story if anyone wanted to hear them. Now, I went to an elementary school for first to third grade until I moved to a different one in a different part of the town, and the school overall it wasn't really that bad of school. It wasn't really in a rough neighborhood. It wasn't. I can't really complain too much about it, but there were two little stories that now looking back, I think were just insanely violent for grades 1 to 3, and it's almost kind of unbelievable that they did happen. So I'm going to talk a little bit about those in these videos. Now, I have little pictures I drew. I put no effort into making them look good, and I think that's part of their appeal, actually, how bad they look. But I got them here. And this here is a picture of monkey bars. I don't know how many of you dealt with those in elementary school. Basically, on the playground, you could climb up and then you could hang on top. Why they're called monkey bars, you hang like a monkey with two arms. And you're supposed to just climb back and forth on them. I don't really even get what makes them really fun, but we had a way to make them fun. That wasn't quite the way they were intended to be used, should I say. So, we had a game, and let me switch over to the next picture here. Yep, we would hang from them like that, and just kind of hang there. And that's the first part of this game, and this game was pretty nuts, which is why I'm talking about it. And I can't act like I'm a victim in this because I was definitely one of the founders of this game. I played a significant role in its inception, and I was very much a partaker in this game. So basically what we did is we would hang, and as this crappy quality picture shows, we would kick each other, and we would kick each other until one of us fell off the monkey bars. And that was our game. It would just hang there, kick each other, and when one person fell off, the other person was the winner of that game. And we were doing this in the first grade, the second grade. It was nuts, but it was actually a ton of fun. So if any of you kids are watching out there, hang on your monkey bars, kick each other until one falls off. It's going to be a theme in these two stories that I do not know where the hell teachers were, because we did this a lot, and I cannot remember once getting grief for doing it. So they weren't doing a really good job supervising us, you can say that. Now, as crazy as the game was, we did have one rule, and that rule was you did not kick the other person in the head. That was the one rule we had in that game. So we'd hang from monkey bars, kick each other until one fell off, but no kicks to the head. We just didn't do that. There wasn't really like a set penalty or anything, not that I remember. You just didn't do it. I do vividly remember accidentally doing it once, trying to give my opponent a good shot to the chest or the gut, and his head kind of dipped down a little bit, and I got him. And it did happen, and it's amazing that the school didn't wind up getting someone hurt in a big lawsuit over this, because, yeah, this was not the type of thing that they would want to have us be doing. And that's the first mini story of this, talking about one of those games. Really shows how nuts our elementary school was, the fact that we had this going on, and we were just little freaking rugrats doing it. Now, here's the next part, and I don't know if my American and further abroad audience can relate to this, but in Canada, basically in the winter, there'd be a big snowbank by our school, almost always, somewhere in the yard. I don't know if it's where they push the snow or just where it liked to collect itself, but there'd always be a big snowbank, and we'd climb on it, slide off it, all that fun shit. It was pretty enjoyable, actually. Kids could have some fun on a big snowbank. There's definitely been some injuries in here, and this story is about one of them that I may or may not have been responsible for. And this one, I believe it was in second grade when this happened. And we were all gathering around the snowbank. The first, second graders, third, I don't know if the third graders were in it, but it was all the younger students. We were all kind of gathering around there. And we decided what a fun thing to do would be is we just started fighting each other. And it was not like serious, like we were trying to hurt each other. Like we were kind of sparring, just kind of wrestling, little strikes and stuff. But we were fighting all around the snowbank, and it was a lot of kids. And we'd go around, we'd kind of fight with one of them, and then we'd switch off and go fight with someone else. And it was both the boys and the girls, if I recall correctly. So no one was exempt from this little battle we had. And so I was fighting for a little bit, and if I recall correctly, I think I was doing pretty good for myself until eventually at one point, there's another kid, and I was in my class, I was the second tallest kid, and he was the first tallest kid. So naturally, after a little bit, it was our time to duke it out. And we were fighting a little bit, and then at one point, I decided to climb up the snowbank a little bit to get altitude on him. And I got a crazy idea about what I should do in this fight, a move that would help me win it. And this is what I did. I climbed up, I jumped off the snowbank, and I gave him a flying knee to the freaking head. And I don't even know where the hell I learned what the hell a flying knee was, but I remember vividly that I climbed up the snowbank, I jumped up, and I gave him a knee to the head, and he was, as the next slide will show, he actually got hurt from this, which now, with the benefit of hindsight, is not remotely surprising to me that he got hurt from a flying knee. And because we were little kids, he started to cry, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna get in a lot of shit. Because if one teacher caught him, how the hell was I going to explain to the teacher, explain to the principal, why I gave another kid a flying knee? There was no talking my way out of this. But fortunately, no teacher saw us. We didn't get broken up. No one stopped fighting. I didn't get caught giving the kid a flying knee. He wasn't seen crying. So clearly the supervision at this school was an all-time low. I mean, there are some people who need to have gotten fired for this in hindsight. And I never thought about that as a kid, because I'm just kind of glad that we were able to do this shit and get away with it. And so he cries a little bit. I'm worried. I'm like, uh-oh. I mean, I knew that the kid was cool, right? Like, I had no issues with him. We were friends, and he wasn't really a rat type of guy. But I gave him a pretty good knee, and he was crying. I'm like, oh shit, is he gonna go to a teacher? B, are we gonna get found? And no, he didn't have anything with it. There was no ill will between us after that. Although if anyone had any right to have some ill will, he definitely did. I have no clue what second grade me was thinking when I decided to jump off the snowbank and throw that knee, but I did get away with it, and he got away just a little bit hurt. I don't think anything too bad. He had a little weeping for a little bit, but then he was fine afterwards, and miraculously he wasn't even that upset at me over it. So that went pretty well as far as throwing a flying knee on someone at school can be. And that is it for these little videos. And I didn't know if you guys would be interested in this kind of little funny little story from life, but I thought it was just something to record, something to put up today. Better than nothing. I mean, people who only want to see Pokemon videos don't have to click on it. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this and want to see stuff like that in the future, drop a like, hit the subscribe, and that's going to be it for this video. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night. Oh, and yeah, definitely tell your kids not to throw flying knees at school.